No, late
I
August.
want you to, just before, are you going to pick up on the Steven Seagal issue? Because I wanted to get some clarity. What specifically troubled you about this particular
That I'm
visitation?
getting to. That I'm getting to.
Okay. Uh-huh.
That I'm getting to. I love Steven Seagal. I love him as an
Right.
actor. I love him as a martial arts. He's one of my stars on there. Let me be clear, and I'm being clear for the critics. I have no issue with Steven Seagal.
Okay.
He came to Grenada. I'm sorry I didn't see him. Saw him, sorry. He came. The issue is the environment. Read between the lines. That's what we're calling it. Yeah? He came. And I heard that the Ministry of Culture is seeking to do work with him and develop a studio for the performing arts in Grenada. Develop a studio. Steven Seagal comes to Grenada and they're speaking to develop a studio. Now, we all know Steven Seagal is a martial artist and actor. So that studio would pick up land, right, to build a studio for his work. And automatically, green artists and stuff would work with him. Now, look at this. Look at this. The government stated, the Prime Minister stated a few months ago that he don't have no land for the locals. However, not an actor, you know. No, he's an actor, but he is also a foreign investor. Comes to Grenada to invest. Now, the issue I have, you have an actor coming to Grenada to build a studio to do films. When he do the film, whatever he produce, because it's in his name and private, you have no control of what he produce and the image and content of what he produce. He could do his own research on Grenada history and culture and so on, and put his own, twist it. And like I said, I have nothing against him. But from a societal perspective and a social perspective for the sociology students, when this happened, the cultural change, that's the arts we're talking about, eh? That's the arts. And when you sit down and you watch something, a movie, on a subconscious level, it shapes your mind. That's the psychology of it. It shapes your thinking. That's the power of the arts. That's why you could sit down, you could watch a movie, you could watch, and based on the content, you just find yourself thinking and behaving a certain way because it's the power of the arts. That's why a lot of persons, when you do your research, for persons that listen to a lot of violence, like music and so on, look at Jamaica. The reason why things are a bit different in Jamaica because they changed the flow of the music in Jamaica. Hello, because it's the art. So the point is I'm making, why don't we develop our own, have a studio for our own, build our own in the art form? So when persons like Steven Seagal comes, is not saying he wants to build, etc., etc. He wants to work with the Grenadians in the art form.
Interesting.
Then he comes, he develop, because then the country.
What I want to ask, because you're hitting some gems this time around. I want you to just qualify something. There's a school of thought that is being bandied about, which literally says that the same way perhaps authorities are throwing support behind potential foreign investors to create whatever masterpiece in Grenada, in this particular case, Steven Seagal, for this quote-unquote studio, why not throw that support behind locals who have the ideas, who are homegrown, and who can make things happen with that kind of backing? And the school of thought continues to say that when it comes to locals, and might I say local investors, they don't get that kind of push However,
They
it
don't.
seems so easy for foreigners to come and get that kind of push. Is that way? Is this where your thought is, your thought process?
Brother, Kenroy, that is it. And what I'm saying, let's go to sociology. Let's deal with sociology here. The owners in a country are the ones that shape the culture. I am the owner. I have this. I have that. So based on, I influence the government. I influence the media because as owner, I have the resources that they need. And the point is I'm making, I have nothing against Seagal. That's why we need to wake up as a country. Because when he comes and yes, Grenadians will be working jobs, actors would be able to act, etc., persons. But because he's not a Grenadian, the profit, etc., would be leaving the country. And how we are truly developing. How are we truly, as patriarchs of Grenada, how are we developing when no, we don't know the powers that are behind Seagal, eh? We don't know the societal forces behind. We don't know. Why not? Grenada, why not give them land? Roger Williams, Frenchie. Why not develop our own? Why not develop our own? Why not execute and work on the Copyright Act? You have talent wasting like fruits. Talk about mango falling and plum falling. What about the, and because it's so frustrating, you have soca artists and come on, yeah, you have artists, various artists performing, but because there's no revenue, the system does not cater for that. On the block, drinking, etc., etc. Why? Because they think the issue is with them or the issue is with the arts. Through studies, I've learned that the issue is not with the creative arts. Because the arts creates intellectuals. Look at Denzel Washington. Look at Will Smith. Look at some of the actors and them. Come on. Look at the actors and them. Look at the roles they play. Look at the research. Come on. Look who we call Kane, the big red monster in WWE. He's a part of the arts. Right now, he's a mayor in Tennessee. Not yes, Tennessee. Glenn Jacobs. He's a mayor. That's the arts again. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he act. Then he went into politics. Come on. Come on.
So, Allister, you're saying that the environment here is not conducive for the development of arts, of the performing arts, for example.
The environment, the issue, and I'm a Grenadian. Hello, I am a Grenadian. This is my rights. I ain't disrespecting nobody. And things like this I normally don't see. I keep on trying to put it in a piece, but this is not lyrically inclined tonight. This is me. Because as a young man, why should I leave Grenada to make it in the arts? Come on, I'm just like Will Smith. I'm just like Denzel. I'm just like these guys. What is the difference? It is the environment. The problem is not you to sit down on a chair looking at this video. Come on. What make me different from Jaden Smith? What make Jonathan? He was on the show. What make Jonathan different from Celine Dion? Is the environment.
Wow.
Come on. Come on. What make us different? What makes Scholar different from Marshall Montano? Come on. What make him different? What makes Sparrow? Yes. What made the mighty Sparrow different from Sam Cooke? I was born by the river. What make it? Nothing in the world sweeter than saltfish. What make it different? The environment. But we beating on we own, we destroying we own, we killing we own. Hello, I'm a psychology student. And yes, we killing we own. How? Because we as human beings, we are multi-dimensional beings. You may not physically kill me, but you can economically kill me. Hello? You could kill me in other realms of my life. You could, so our culture, no, culture is lifestyle, eh?
Yeah,
Way of life.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
against
oh yeah.
culture, but certain parts of culture is questionable.
But
And
you know,
many
Allister, it is so regrettable that that is the situation here, and it truly is, because there is entertainment tourism, there's culture tourism, which can have serious uptakes for the economy. And
Kenroy,
so it only makes sense, for the authorities to invest in the performing arts,
Kenroy, hush
invest
your
in
mouth.
entertainment.
Hush your mouth, Kenroy, because you're only getting me heated. Hush
Go
your
right
mouth.
ahead. I want you
Hush
to be
your mouth
candid.
in the sense of I'm not disrespecting you on your show,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
hush your mouth. See, the arts is a gold mine. Look, I feel I'm saying too much tonight.
No, no, no. Listen, Alistair, I understand your personality. I know you are passionate about the arts. So
I
you
feel
feel free
I
to
want to say too much
express.
tonight.
No, no, we need to hear. We need to hear before we conclude the broadcast, because I also want to ask you, what do you recommend for the development of the arts? What needs to be done ASAP? So don't
I feel I
suppress
need.
your thoughts. Don't suppress your thoughts. We
Hello,
want to hear what you're thinking.
listen. Young people are going through a lot. And let me tell you this. Don't take a word I'm telling you. Don't take a word. Don't believe a word I am saying. Don't. Do your research. Certain things I still won't say tonight because one time my rights, so nobody could steal my ideas on them. No offense, Kenroy. Right? But the arts, if you have persons within the diaspora to come back and work here, listen to me, you have a lot of millionaires that are Grenadians, but they can't come back in, or they don't want to work here because the environment is issuing. Many countries around the world gone. They're gone. And when I say gone, I mean they developed. They're gone. That's what I mean by gone. So don't misconstrue. They're gone. The world gone. But Grenada like a big cave, in the words of Plato. A big cave. The cave. Called Grenada the cave. You know what I mean? And it's what I'm accustomed to. It's what I know. Change is morbid. Change. Hello. And listen to me. The issue is in the mind. One set mentality. I work in here for how much years? You here, I hear you come talking about change. Change what? Who you talking to? Can't be me. That is the issue. And that's why right now, only tourism. But if there's integration, then things would be better.
Integration, yes, yes.
Listen, you could talk development. Buildings may develop. Infrastructures may develop. Right? But the people, the society is the society, and a society is people in a geographic location, is our society. I'm talking about the infrastructure and the Grenada, etc. I'm speaking about the society. Is the society truly developing?
There's a
Are
school
we
of thought that
developing our
says
own? Are we developing our own? Our own artists, our own businesses, our own. I'm talking about persons that making the profits and leaving Grenada. I'm talking about some work going on in Grenada and everything is in. You have the diaspora coming in, investing, etc. And instead of the money leaving and all the profit leaving, etc. Come on. You get me? So I mean, these are my questions, these are my concerns. Are we truly developing?
Stick a pin right there. Stick a pin right there, Allister, because a very interesting comment has just come in from Dr. Valma Jessume. She's saying, you are correct, young man. The environment here, let me just bring it back up. The environment here, hold on. The environment here does not nurture innovation, creativity, and energy of our people. A comment there from Dr. Valma Jessume. So you spot on with your expressions this evening.
And like I said, we at Team Lyrical, we do the 6 E's. One of the E's are expression. That's what we do at Team Lyrical.
I mean, I have always said Grenada is poised for so much development, so much in various industries, even in my industry, media and communications. You know, but no doubt there is the consensus, no doubt that the environment is not conducive for a lot of things.
We need a systematic paradigm shift.
But where do we start? How do we set about to have this paradigm shift? What needs to be done in a practical sense?
The right decisions need to be made. Now, I want this to get political. Hello, I want this to...
No, we're having a conversation. We're having a conversation. We're having a conversation. So I want to hear your thoughts.
I mean, I'm very young, and I'm alive to live.
You see that? You see that? That point you've just said there is very suggestive, or that point you just made there is very suggestive, because to me, it says to me that should you be open to express, there's a real chance that you're going to be victimized for your own expression. So you just say but it's suggestive, Allister. You said you're young, you have your life, you have this and that and the other. So it says to me that you want to express, but you won't because you think there is a real possibility of a backlash within the society.
I know when and how. I know when and how.
Okay.
I know when and how to.
But I want you to speak, but I want you to speak for your industry. You are in the performing arts. And so you're not speaking for all sectors of Grenada, but where your interest lies. How do you see this improving? What do you recommend going forward?
Listen.
Take your time and express.
I laugh in frustration, eh?
You laugh in frustration.
Yeah. Because outside, it's a big thing. And
it is.
And it's a big thing. Big. We have Grenadians that are big in the arts. Sidel Noel, Amanda Seal, George Harris, Charles Andrew Payne. Do your research. Big. But they are in a different environment. I have to speak. I have to. And with respect, I am speaking. Because democracy is a government for the people, by the people. So I put you there to work for me. So this is my 2 pence. They need to be more open-minded to the arts ingredient and not insular. Yeah? We need, because 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I didn't know what I know now. But the research I've done in the arts, listen, the arts are used to educate. The arts are used to entertain. The arts are used to expose issues in society. Look at it. Look at television. Why don't we create our own? Because the filth that is on television, but we have to sit down and watch the filth. Our children has to sit down and take in the filth because we don't create it. And it goes back to the environment. Trinidad going. So you mean we have to be the last one? That don't make any sense. It don't add up. It don't add up at all. Once upon a time we were up there in the Caribbean at Paul. People looking up to Grenada. What's going on now? Boy. What going on? What happened? And all the energy we have, we rather kill we own than come together and fight together.
I know you're passionate about the issue. We're here until 10, we're over time, but we're here until 10, 12 minutes again, 12 minutes more, no doubt. Lana is saying, local is always best. No doubt we need to seriously invest in our local people, human resource. Yeah, I'm not saying that we can't collaborate, because collaboration, you know, there's immense power in collaboration. So I'm open to Grenadians collaborating with foreigners to make things happen. Otherwise, fine, I welcome that collaboration on various fronts. But I think there has to be a serious injection in local investments, and the environment must be conducive to supporting local investments. Yeah, because when you look at the performing arts, there's culture tourism. Like, listen, one of the things I keep in my head, Allister, as like a slogan or a record, which always replays in my head, we can bring Grenada to the world and the world to Grenada. Through sports tourism, culture tourism, entertainment tourism, eco-tourism. So many areas, you see. But there needs to be a serious injection in our human resource.
And
because what's going to happen is you'll have a situation where Grenadians will just continue to leave. There'll just be an exodus because nothing is working out for them, or so it seems, and so they're going to go elsewhere.
There is already an exodus.
Look at that.
There is already. Poverty is over 50-60%. Unemployment. We have issues here. And
Dr. Valma Jessone is saying we also need to make sure that when we bring people here, there are products for them to take away. That's very critical. Yep. Local production. What's authentically Grenadian? What's, the products of Grenada? Yeah, we need a boost, we need an injection. And in 2021, people are not just coming to Grenada, relative to tourism for sun, sea, and sand. In my book, people want more because they can get sun, sea, and sand elsewhere now. And it has always been that case, mind you. So, coming to the Caribbean for sun, sea, and sand is not the central focus of people coming to Grenada. What else is there for visitors to enjoy, for visitors to take away? Has always been my concern, my questions, and all of that. Allister, but I still want you to tell us what you would recommend in the short term or the short to medium term relative to the development of your industry, drama, theater, the performing arts.
We need to be more open-minded, and pass the right legislations within Parliament to allow the professionals in the arts to bloom. Go and study the arts, but when you come back here, listen, you have seeds, you have good seeds, but if the environment is not prudent or fruitful to cultivate, it don't make sense. Wow. So there need to be this change. We need serious change, and our leaders, they need to be more open. Try things a different way. Go a different route. Insanity is doing one thing over and over and expect different results. We need to change it up. You can, right?
Okay. I follow.
But before we end, all the talk, I would still like to entertain my audience before we leave, eh?
In what way?
Somebody mentioned, so if you want, I can end with a piece, one of my spoken words on there.
Okay, feel free, and we'll call it a night.
Yeah, so that's basically my thoughts regarding the Arts and Team Lyrical book.
Well, thank you for being candid.
Anytime, Kenroy. Anytime.
So go ahead. You say you want to entertain the audience as the last thing?
Yes.
Okay, it's now 9:55, so we have to do so within 5 minutes.
I'm going to do this piece I call Old Talk. One of my spoken words on it. Question. What is old talk? An individual telling another, you big black baby, you stupid, nasty, retarded, dumb, dunce, and dotish, a disgrace, a waste of time, a good for nothing. You can't do nothing. Something wrong with this one. And the famous or famous. You're just like your mother or father. All this ridiculity is our culture. Them turn with a laugh. Joking. You can't take talk. Insults thrown as bullets and bombs. Camouflage as friendly fire. On your own, by your own, from your own, in the name of old talk. Sarcasm and irony beating like a drum. But its melodies are one of poison and pain, vibrating into your system. A Christian and religious country that professes God, yet ignorant that death and life lies in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruits thereof. They declare it, but have eyes and see not, have ears and hear not, have minds and comprehend not. When some get hooked on rum, weed, other illicit drugs, others get mentally ill, crazy, or turn criminals. Why? Because they were continuously told fallacies in the name of old talk and culture, which led to their conditioning. When the prophecy is fulfilled, many watch in disgust and mockery as society bashes their own creation. So again, what is old talk? I will tell you what it is. You want to know what it is? A shameful excuse put in the form of an amusing quote or gesture. That is the evolution of verbal abuse. Let me take that again. What is old talk? A shameful excuse put in the form of an amusing quote or gesture. That is the evolution of verbal abuse. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Allister, Amada, founder and director of Team Lyrical Inc. Thank you so very much. I truly enjoy this conversation, and I appreciate the fact that you were frank here as part of it.
Kenroy, the honor is mine. And before I leave, I would like to say for those that are viewing, if you want more, you can check out my YouTube channel. Old Talk is there and more pieces are on. My YouTube channel is my name, Allister Amada. Just type in Allister Amada, subscribe to my channel, and there's more content coming. Allister, Allister Amada.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Allister. Thank you so much. All the best.